Apa sudah? RE, right? Requirement engineering. So anyone, what you have learned in requirement engineering?
Ada 3 jenis requirement engineering.
Okay, we have, yes, okay, 3
Business,
level. Yes. Business level, right?
user,
Next.
product, tak pastikan.
User level and product level, right? Okay. So all that 3 are linked together, okay, to achieve business level. You need to fulfill the user level. To fulfill user level, you need to complete product level. Okay, so the formula that I give you 1, 3, 5, right? In business level, what we have? Business level apa?
Requirement.
Business requirement. Okay, and for user level, we have 3. So first, what do we have?
User requirement,
Okay, next.
business rules,
Yes, next.
quality attributes.
Yes, quality. Okay, user requirement, business, and lastly is the quality. Okay, and lastly for product level, we have 5. So name it. 1,
Constraint.
constraint. Right. Next.
Functional requirement.
Functional requirement. Non-functional requirement. Next.
External interface requirement.
External interface requirement. All right. Next. Last one.
Data requirement.
Data requirement. Right. So basically it's about the 3 level. Okay. And then for today, okay, we are focusing on the user level. Okay, user level, we have a user requirement. Okay, normally for user requirement, okay, we will do in use case. Okay, use case. One of it is using use case. Okay, some of the reporting are using DFD, ERD. Okay, but yours are using use case. Okay, why we are using use case? Okay, easy for users to understand. Okay, and try to make it as simple. Okay, and it's should followed by use case descriptions. For today tutorial, we will do use case. Okay, so before we start, okay, I will play a video presentations from your friends explaining about use case diagram and use case description. Right, so it's about 15 minutes, right? And then we have a full level of understanding, and I will explain a little bit about that. Okay, okay, and then we will have tutorial sessions. Okay, if you can see that I created a breakout sessions. Okay, the tutorial is individual. Okay, because this may appear in your test later on. Your test will be a week after your mid-sem break, right? So you need to understand and practice. Okay, so this is individual, but okay, for our tutorial session today, you can discuss among your team member. That's why I create 5 breakup sessions based on your group number. So you may discuss in your team member, and we'll come back to check the answer. Right? That's the flow for today. Okay. So with that, let me play a video presentations from your friends. You need to understand first what is use case diagram. and use case descriptions. Okay. Right. Okay, are you ready? Take a note. Okay, if you are at your home or you have a coffee, so you can listen while you are sipping your coffee. Don't forget to take a note. All right.
Assalamu alaikum. Today we will take a look at use case diagram. Topic outline, we will today identify the use of use case diagram. Next, we will identify the elements of a use case diagram, and finally, we will learn how to create a use case diagram. Let's take a look at the connection between functional requirements and use case diagram. As we have learned in previous lesson, the system would have functional requirements, and these are captured the intended behavior of the system. The behaviors are in fact the services, tasks, and functions of the system, which are visualized through in the form of a use case diagram. Again, use case diagram is a model that describes a system's functional requirements and also the interactions between the users or actors and the system itself. As you can see below is an example of a use case diagram which shows students with the functions of a system. In this slide, it shows the connection of use case diagram along with the other diagrams. Next, let's take a look at the elements of a use case diagram. Here we can see a complete use case diagrams along with the elements that make a use case diagram. We have system boundary, actor, association, and use case. Let's take a deeper look. Actor are those who interact with use case, or in reality, a system function, and is given a name by noun. They have a similar concept with user, but a user can have multiple roles. For example, a professor can be both instructor and researcher, which plays two roles with two systems. Actors are also responsible with providing inputs and receiving outputs. Next element is the use case itself, which depicts the system functions, be it automated or manual. Each actor must be linked to a use case, but it is not the same for use cases, as some may not be linked to any actors. An example on the right is the use case of a function to create a new order. On the below in the table, you can see a few different actors with interacting with a few different use cases. Other elements include straight lines, which relate actors to use cases. The rectangle is the boundary of the system. Next is line that depicts include relationship, which means one use case must call another use case. For example, in real life situation, a login use case must include user authentication use case, and it is how a login process works. Next is extend relationship, which means that one UC or use case calls another under certain condition. Think of if-then decision that we learned in programming. Only if the condition is fulfilled will it call another use case.
Next, there is two relationship between use case, which is include and extend. So first, we will take a look on include use case relationship. Include relationship is a standard association that link to a mandatory use case. Include relationship show that the behavior of the included use case is part of the including use case. The main reason for this is to reuse common actions across multiple use cases. In some situations, this is done to simplify complex behaviors. However, there is a few things to consider when using the include relationship. First, the base use case is incomplete without the included use case. And the next one is the included use case is mandatory and not optional. So now let's take a look on the example for include relationship. For example, include relationship used to authorize car loan. So a club must run check client's credit history. Next, extend relationship between use case. Extend relationships add up behavior sequence to the base use case. It is somewhat similar to the include relationship, but the direction of adding behavior sequence to the base use case is opposite. In the extend relationship, the extended use case adds its behavior sequence to the base use case. Well, when we observe both include and extended relationship, both add up behavior sequence to the base use case. This is the scenario when initially the basic elements are modeled and then advanced features are added to the base. Next, this is the example of use case diagram that used in university. This is the use case diagram that used in ATM machine, and the last one is the use case diagram that used in travel.
Now I will start with the demonstration how to create a use case diagram using StarUFL. First of all, open your StarUFL software, right-click, choose a diagram, and choose use case diagram. As you can see here, the toolbox contains use case diagram open. First of all, click the use case subject and rename it as ATM system, for example. Next, click actor and put the first one at the left hand side and rename it as another one. Rename it as technician. And the last one as the server. The actor on the left hand side will initiate the process, while the server, which is on the right hand side, will only involve in the process, in the transaction. It will not initiate the transaction. Okay, so next step is to click the use case and put inside the boundary. Rename it as withdraw. Check balance. Maintenance. Receipt. And from current chart. Rearrange it properly. Now we will add association between the actors and the use case. For example, customer to withdraw, customer to check balance, technician to maintenance, withdraw to server, check balance to server, and maintenance to server. Next, we will add the inclusive relationship, the included relationship between the withdraw and the hit, check balance, and the hit. Because before we withdraw or check balance, we need to enter PIN first. So the enter PIN process are included in the withdraw and check balance processes. Next, we extend a relationship between print receipt and withdraw. Print receipt is optional and choose whether you want to print the receipt or not. Next, we will add the generalization relationship between from current to withdraw and from saving to withdraw. Now we already have completed our use case diagram. Sorry, I forgot to add the association between enter pin to the server. Now we already completed our use case diagram of ATM system. So from this topic, we will get to know use case description, understand the different levels of use case description, and learn the process of writing use case description. So in the introduction part, in the Unified Modeling Language, which is UML, a use case diagram can summarize the details of system user, which is also known as actors, and their interaction with the system. To build one, we will use a set of specialized symbols and connectors. An effective use case diagram can help the team to discuss and represent scenarios, goals, and scopes of the system. Next slide. A description. It is also known as scenario, a UML version 1, a complement use case diagram, a breakdown of a single use case, for example, a sequence of steps included in a function. In contrast to use case diagram, use case description captures variation of a use case. For example, to create new order, it can be done by a counter and by internet ordering, which is two scenarios. It also captures non-functional requirement. It is also useful to practice because it leads to other modeling technique, which is activity diagram and class diagram. Next slide is about description level. There are three levels of detail. The first one is brief description. It is a summary of what system does in response to actor's action. And the next one is intermediate description. It shows step in use case, for example, if then. And the last one is full description. It includes brief description, span, intermediate description, and also shows scenarios. Superset of intermediate and brief description. It consists of 11 compartments. It shows step broken down to the actor and the system side. And the next one is the guidelines of the use case diagram description. It uses simple grammar. Only one side, system or actor, is doing something in a single step. So, objective point of view, the bad one is get the amount from the user and give him the money. And the better one is the user will submit the amount form to the system for evaluation. If everything in order, the user will be paid. So any step should lead to some progress. While the bad one is user click the enter key, and the bad one is the user clicks the enter key to update shipping address.
Use case diagram description guideline. So the branches, if the user has more than $10,000 in her account, the system presents a list of commercial. Otherwise, it repeats. Number one, user enter the name of the item you wish to buy. 2, system present the item. 3, user select item to buy. 4, the system add the item to the shopping cart. 5, user repeats step 1 until 4 until indicating he is done. So use case description, alternate or exception flow used to describe exceptional functionality. The example are errors, unusual or rare cases, failures, starting point, end point, shortcut. So use case description, writing. So first one, we're going to select a use case, write abbreviated full description, use case name, scenario if any, business event, triggers, actors, normal flows, exception flows, configuring flow of steps, keep in mind general system model, input, processing, output. Steps should be at nearly the same level of abstraction. Each make nearly same progress toward use case completion. For figuring exception condition, focus on if then logic. So the summary is use case verification is a complement to use case diagram. The active level is brief, intermediate, and full. That's all. Thank you for us.
Right. Okay, let me share you the voting session for understanding. Check in the chat box. We have 26, 526, right? So I'm hoping to get at least 20 response so that we can proceed to the summary of the topic. Okay, group doing the topic also can vote. Okay. Eight votes, 9, 11, 12. Tin, 17, 3 more. Oh, I saw just now I saw someone vote yes, but suddenly she changed the voting to maybe half. Okay, I like your friend's presentation just now. Okay, they show us also how to draw a use case using a star UML. Okay, later on you will do actually to draw a use case you can use any tools, okay, but the recommend is using a correct tools CASE tool so that you can easily draw. Okay, actually I uploaded the manual using the star UML. Okay, in the U feature you can refer it. Okay, it's quite easy actually. Okay, just using the tools is easy for you to draw because it's purposely for use case diagram. So it have the elements to draw the use case. Okay, so the popular one is one of it is the star UML, and another one is draw.io. That's the both are the popular tools that being used among public or students. Okay. All right, I already have 20 votes. All right, so all of you, okay, choose maybe half. So at least you understand, right? Kan? So hopefully at the end of my summary here, okay, you should understand more than half, and you can draw the use case, okay, individually. Okay, because later on your test is individual, right? Okay. So to achieve the business level, we have a user level, okay, which is user requirement. Okay, in user requirement, okay, to fulfill it, okay, you have a product level, okay, which is you have 5 content in the in the product level. Okay, 2 of it is the functional and non-functional requirement. Okay, so use case diagram is purposely to draw the functional and also non-functional. Okay, for functional is for use case diagram, and in use case description, you also can put it the non-functional requirement in the tables. Okay, so this is important, okay, to understand use case diagram and description. Okay, so again, okay, the use of use case is for functional requirement. Okay, and functional requirement capture the intent behavior. Okay, behavior of the system, meaning the features and functions of the system or your project, okay, or your product or your service. Okay, so this behavior can be expressed as services, tasks, or functions. So easier for you to understand is the features and functions of your system. So use case is a model, okay, to show the functional requirement. So in use case diagram, okay, we describe it as a system functional requirement. Okay, it's actually describing interactions between the users, where we call here is actors, and the system itself. Okay, simply think of some function of a system performed for user cases of using the system. So same things lah. How your users use your system, right? So figures on the right side here showing example of you have one actors called students, okay, and in the system, in the rectangle is the features and function of the system, okay, where the oval is the use case, okay, which is the features or function. Okay, for example, you can see here view report card, register for courses, and log in. Okay, you can put the text inside of the oval. Okay, so easiest. Okay, and for the arrow, okay, some of you might just put the association. This is associations, or sometimes we call it relationship. So it's the same thing. So you don't have to put the arrow, also can. Okay, actor is this symbol. Okay, so in here you have 4 main elements that you need to understand. So in use case diagram, we have number 1 is the actors. Okay, actually we have 2 actors, primary and also secondary. So normally in system we have some input and some respond the input where it should be the output, right? So normally primary actor is on the left side, your left side, my left side or your left side, watching the screen right now. Okay, your left side, and the right side is the secondary actors, where those actors that responds the input from the primary actors. But that one is not compulsory. You might only have a primary actors. Okay, but the important part here is first element is the actors with this symbol. Second element is the system itself, which is drawn in the rectangle here. You can put your system name, okay, inside or above the rectangle, okay, showing that the rectangle is the system, and inside the system or the rectangle is all the use case, which is drawn in oval. Okay, oval. Okay, oval. Okay. Okay. Actors, you need to name it using a noun. Kata nama kan, kata nama. Student. Okay. So it's not necessary a human. It can be organizations. That's why sometimes you will see university, bank. Okay. And for use case, it should be in verb. Verb apa verb? Kata kerja kan? So view, register, log in. So should be in verb. Okay. How many element already? actor, system, use case. Okay, and last one is the line here, okay, the associations or relationship. Okay, so actor must link to use case using the associations. Okay, but use case not necessarily linked to actors, meaning that use case can also only link to another use case, right? So this is the overall of elements that you can see. The first one, actors, second, system, third, use case, and lastly, associations or relationship. Okay, another example here. This shown actors in the primary, actors secondary. Okay, see, one give input, another one is giving output, the response from the input. Okay, but like I said that not necessary to have primary and secondary actors, but you should have actors lah, okay, who use the system, right? Use case help to model system requirement, okay, easy for users to understand. Okay, so let's go through one by one for the 4 elements. Okay, number 1 is actor, someone interacting with the use case, the system. So it should be known as a noun. Okay, it's similar to the concept of user. We have 2 roles of can be instructor, can be researcher. Okay, but like I said, that is not necessary it's human users, right? It can be organizations. Okay, as long it's a noun. Okay, so actor trigger use case. That's why actor responsible towards the system, because actor is the one interact with the system, right? So that's why compulsory actors to have associate with the use case. Okay. Second is use case. Okay, use case is drawn by oval. Okay, so it's a function, features of functions. Okay, process either automated or manual, and it should name as a verb. Okay, kata kerja kan, search, print, all the verb. So again, actor must link to use case. Okay. However, use case not necessary to link with actor. It can link with other use case. Okay. So this is an example of actor. We have clerk, order clerk, shipping clerk, and merchandising manager. So the use case is the features, right? Look up, create, update, record, create, produce. See? So put more details. Look up what? Like look up item availability. Create what? Create new order, update order. But make it simple. Okay, simple to make sure that user understand. Okay, don't put a long sentence. Look up item available in the system where no need, right? Just simple word. Okay. Another elements is the system where we draw in rectangle. Okay, and the associate. Okay, draw in the line. Okay, line. Okay, connections is the relationship and also associate drawn in line. And relationship or associations, we have 2 types. One is include relationship, another one is extend relationship. Include relationship is compulsory. Okay, you should have include relationship, but for extend, optional. Okay, optional. You may have or you may not have the extend relationship. Okay. Let's look further what is include and extend relationship. Include standard associations and mandatory. That's compulsory. You should have the include relationship in your use case diagram. Example, to authorize car loan, okay, a clerk must run check client credit history. So, authorized car loan is include relationship with check client credit history. Must check first, right? The authorizations, then only can approve the car loan. We call this relationship or associations is tight coupling. That's why compulsory. Okay. For extend, it's optional. You may have or you may not have in the system. Okay, example, to register a course, okay, you may have a registration for a special class. But this is optional. Some have the special class, some have not, right? Okay, so we call extend relationship is loose coupling. Loose. Just not tight, right? Tight. Mandatory. You must have. Extend is loose. Okay, you may not have the relationship. Relationship dengan hubungan kan? Okay. Okay, this how we drawn include and extend relationship. Okay, so this is the actors. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 use case. So for include, okay, to enroll in university, you must enroll in seminar. So see the error. Okay, the error for relationship is a must. So include the basic must point to the include one. So the error is on that side. Well, for extend, it's an option, right? To enroll in university, you may enroll family member in university. So enroll family university is extend to enroll in university. So the error is in other way. Okay, the extend is point to the basic. So the basic use case, the standard for the basic use case. And we drawn it as a dash line. Okay, dash line. Okay, both extend and also include. Okay, let's look how we will draw use case diagram. Okay, your friend just now has shown us how to draw a use case diagram using a StyleUML. Okay, so before we draw it, okay, you need to know step by step first, right? So first, list all possible actors, okay, in your system. Okay, and then prioritize it. Which one is high prioritized, which is low prioritized. Okay, and focus from top of the list, from the high prioritized to the lower prioritized. So think of the actors is not only human, it can be machine, it can be external system, devices, sensor, organizations, unit, etc. Okay, but make sure it's in noun, kata nama, right? Okay, and then after you done actor, list all the main system functions, which is the use case. Okay, so think of the business and demanding system response. For easiest use case is all features and functions in your system. Okay, what your system can do. Okay, and then users goal need to be accomplished via the system create, read. Okay, this is also a part of use case. Okay, normally we also have a create, read, update, delete data task. So this is also included in the use case. After done, listed and prioritize, draw the oval, okay, for the use case, okay, and label the function, and draw also the system boundary in the rectangle. Okay, make sure all the use case oval inside the system boundary. And you can draw actors and connect with the associate with the use case. Okay, so specify either include or extend relationship between the use case and the actors, or use case and use case. So we know that use case diagram is simplified. Yes, simplify to describe the user requirement. So to complement it, okay, you have use case descriptions in table form. Okay, so use case is an activity that system perform, usually is requested by the users. Okay, so it shows how users use your system. Okay, a use case might have a different flow of activities depend on the actors invoking the use case. This we call it scenario. Okay, so use case descriptions is equal to scenario. We can call scenario. or use case instance. So use case descriptions is in textual model. Just now use case diagram is model in diagram form, right? For use case description, text in the text form. So normally it's in table form lah. Okay. It contain of brief descriptions and fully development descriptions. But your friends explaining just now can also, okay, because actually normally we have this standard lah, brief and full, okay. But your friend mentioned another one is intermediate description, right? So here is combining the fully developed is combining intermediate and full, okay. But you can also break into the brief, intermediate, and also fully development description. So use case descriptions provide more detail of the information of each use case, okay, included the who is the actors, stakeholders, precondition, post-conditions, and the flow of activities and exception condition. Okay. Alternatively, okay, to draw a flow of activities, okay, instead of you put in the full description, you can change it into activity diagram. Okay, so either you can put it as a text and the flow of activities, or you remove the flow activities in the use case description, but you need to include activity diagrams. So you have two diagrams lah. Okay, but this one is optional. Either you want to use fully text using included the flow of activities, or else you add activity diagram. Okay, but in this topic we haven't learned yet the activity diagram. Okay, so this is an example of brief description of use case. Okay, so one use case will have one description. So the description should be longer. So that's why, like I said, that make it your use case as simple sentence. But to describe more detail, you can have these explanations. Okay. Full develop have more complex descriptions lah, information. So it will have the use case name, scenario, triggering event, brief description, actor, related use case, stakeholder, precondition, post-condition, flow activities, and exception condition. Okay, so a brief use case description, try to make it as simple, okay, a single scenario, very few exception condition. Okay, this is the brief one. Okay, but I like the one that your friend explained just now lah. You have three part: brief, intermediate, and fully. Actually, that one is already included in the lecture note. Okay, mine is more simplified lah. Okay, so example of use case description. Okay, so you can see here the brief part should be from use case name until the brief description. Okay, and then the intermediate, okay, is the actors, okay, until the stakeholders. Okay, but that's why it can be combined all lah. You don't have to break into brief, intermediate, and full. Okay, so the other part is the more informations lah on the precondition, post-condition, and the flow of activities. Okay, what actors can do, okay, what system can do, and exceptions condition is where that if example that basic customer data are incomplete. Okay, so precondition and postcondition. Okay, precondition is what must be true before the use case begin. Okay, object must exist, information must be available, condition of actors. So this is example before the use case begin. Okay, customer account subsystem must be available. Credit or debit authorization service must be available. Okay, this is example for precondition. Whereas for post-condition is must be true after the use case is completed. Okay, So what object are created, updated, and associate. Okay, so example, customer, after the use case done, right? The use case complete, customer must be created and saved. One or more address must be created and saved. Credit debit card information must be validated. Account must be created and saved. And address and account must be associated with customer. Okay, hopefully you understand what is pre and post. The word pre and post, you know lah, pre is before, right? Post is after. Okay. So this is example of flow of activities. Okay, actors, customer indicate desire to create customer account, customer enter one or more address, okay, customer enter credit debit. But for the system to respond the behavior of the actors, system create a new customer, system prompt for customer address. Okay, to enter one more address, system create address, system prompt for credit debit card. For customer enter edit debit information, system create account, system verify authorization, system associate customer, and system return valid customer account details. Okay, so sequence of step and the response lah. So actor and system respond. Actor, system respond. What actor did? Okay, what system respond? Okay. For last one is the exception or alternative condition. Okay. Basic customer data are incomplete. The address isn't valid. Credit debit information isn't valid. So if you have the exception condition, you may put at the below part of the use case description. So use case description is textual writing in a table form. Okay. Okay. Again, okay. Let me summarize again. So this is example of use case description. First, you have use case name. What is the features? Remember, one use case description. Okay, so for this one, create customer account. Okay, scenario is create online customer account. So trigger event, new customer. Who is trigger event? Of course, the actor, right? So new customer want to set up online. So brief more description. Online customer create customer account by entering basic information and then following up with one or more address, a credit or debit card. And then who is the actors? Customer. Related use case might be involved the checkout shopping cart use case. Stakeholder, accounting, marketing, sales that involve. Okay? And precondition and post condition, flow, and lastly, exception condition. So to draw a use case diagram, we actually have a case tool. Okay. Like I mentioned just now, I put the manual in the U feature. You may download it, okay, and then you may use StarUML for free. Another options, okay, that people like to use instead of StarUML is Draw.io. Okay, you can use it online. Okay, or I'm not sure if it can be downloaded and used offline. Okay, others than that, you have SmartDraw, Lucidchart, Gen Model, MoCube, and WinGauge. And not only this one, you also can use Microsoft actually. But like I said, that if you are using the correct tools, so easy for you. Like your friends showed us just now, StarUML, and then you choose use case diagram. Right, same with the Draw.io. But use the Microsoft, you need to find the actor icon. You need to draw the oval manually. So it's kind of hard lah to draw it, okay, instead of using the correct tool. Okay, so use either StarUML or Draw.io only. That's all. Okay. Okay, hopefully you understand the purpose of having use case diagram, okay, is to show your functional requirement in a model diagram. Okay, to model your functional requirement. Okay, and followed by use case description. Okay, to explain more details on the use case diagram, and also it may include non-functional requirement. Okay, so you have 4 main elements, which is actor, system, use case, and associations. Okay, and in associations, you have include and extend relationship. Okay, where the compulsory is the include lah. Okay, what else? Use the tools. Okay, and what else? Use case is the features and functions lah of your system. Okay, boleh? Boleh faham? Right, so the important part is to understand the 4 elements just now, right? And then you need to draw it. Okay, so you may later on you may go to the breakout session, okay, and you can discuss among your team members online lah. So now 9 o'clock, okay, you can open your future, okay. Wait, don't go to the breakout session first, okay. After I complete explain, then you can go. Okay, let me share the question here. Go to your future. You will wait, let me check which one. Okay. You will find tutorial 3 in the future. Okay, and this is the questions. I give you 3 questions. Okay, three scenario lah. Three questions. Can you see it? Wait, let me check. Okay, so first question. Okay, this diagram represent a system named student management system. Okay, you have student management system that has 5 functionalities in scope. Okay, so you have 5 use case, right? There are 2 user role, okay, means actor lah, kan? Who have access to the system. The actor is teachers and student. So have 2 functionalities to check timetable, check grades, check attendance. The access to functionalities, update attendance and update grades. So all total you have 5 use case. Okay, then after so draw. So the question is draw the use case, this diagram. So you need to draw the use case diagram for this situation or scenario. And after done, you need to write the use case description. But for today tutorial, okay, focus to draw the use case diagram first. Question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3. Draw the use case diagram first. Okay, I repeat, draw the use case diagram first. Okay, so leave it the use case description. Okay, this one easiest lah. If your use case diagram is correct, you can continue with the use case description later on individually, okay, or in group, but the submission is individual. Okay, make sure by individually you can understand, right? So now is 9:05. So I give you 30 minutes, half an hour, okay, to discuss with your team member. Okay, you can go to your breakout session and you can on your mic discuss. Okay, I give you 30 minutes. Okay, after 30 minutes, okay, I will close the breakout session and we need to go back to the main room to check the answer. So saya bagi jawapan sekali. So later on you boleh buat continue do the use case description and submit through you future. But the important part, understand how to draw the use case diagram first. Alright, boleh? Understand? Faham tak? Okay, lepas ni you all boleh masuk breakout session, go to your group breakout session lah. Nanti you boleh turn your mic, discuss among your team member, okay? And then after 30 minutes, okay, 9:35 or 9:40 lah, 9:40, okay, I will close the breakout sessions to push everyone to go to main class, okay, and then we check the answer. Okay, so do first, discuss and do first among your team member, okay, and then I will give you answer. Right? Boleh faham?
Boleh.
Okay, kalau ada soalan tak? Okay. Siapa yang tak pandai menggunakan dia dekat dekat you punya main, apa ni, main Webex ni, okay, you ada macam rectangle 4, nampak tak? Ada rectangle 1, 2, 3, 4, icon dia lah, rectangle 4, klik dia, okay, lepas tu you akan nampak ada 5 breakout session, klik join, nanti you akan pergi ke sana. Saya nampak ada yang dah masuk dah dekat breakout macam-macam. Alright, good. Okay. Okay, click join. Okay, and then you can directly go to your group session. Alright, so enjoy the discussion.
Madam,
Yes,
tutorial 3 tu dekat mana ya? Saya tak jumpa.
dekat you future ada?
Bahagian assignment kan?
Yes, assignment.
Saya tak jumpa pula.
Tak jumpa sekejap saya check balik. Saya dah upload dah. Sekejap ke saya belum open untuk group group A. Sekejap saya check balik. Try to edit first and check if included your group. Oh ya. Saya belum klik untuk group you all. Okay. So if you have any questions, actually you can go back to the main room. I will be here to answer any questions. Okay. Okay, boleh cuba sekarang. Saya rasa dah okay dah, boleh nampak dah. Okay, yang lain-lain ni? Aizat, Amirul, Khairul, tahu ke macam mana masuk breakout session? Do you need help? Pergi dekat ikon yang 4 rectangle tu.
Dah jumpa madam, dah jumpa.
Jumpa dah? Okay. So pergi dekat group you all. Okay, kalau ada soalan boleh masuk dalam sini tanya. Tapi lepas 30 minutes, saya akan push semua orang pergi ke main hall balik lah untuk check answer. Okay, yang lain-lain? Ada lagi masalah? Amirul, Zakwan, Nick, Wizni. Masuk dalam grup masing-masing. Kalau ada soalan baru datang tanya.
Madam? Yes?
Wizni dengan Amirul? Okay. Tak jumpa mana ikon tu? Amirul lah. Ada tak nampak ikon 4 rectangle tu? Bila you klik dia, dia ada breakout session tau. Dekat breakout session tu, dia akan list 5 breakout session. So, you masuk ikut group you lah. Kalau you group 4, group 7, klik join dekat sebelah dia. Dekat sebelah ujung tu ada perkataan join, klik dia. Nanti you akan masuk dalam room tu. Boleh tak, Amirul? Tak jumpa kat mana ikon? Amirul dah masuk dah kan? Amirul dengan Wizni sekarang. Sesat, tak jumpa. Okey tak Wizni dengan Amirul? Wizni sekarang. Wizni okey? Make sure you go to your room lah. Wizni? Ke orangnya tak ada ni? Okay, Wizni, if you have a problem, let me know, okay? So, saya tahulah apa yang masalah you.
crying 'cause you were around. And you probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs, 'cause I couldn't ever love someone else. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way from now on. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. 'Cause you didn't mean what you wanted to song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I'll travel on Pleasure Street. And all my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you, but I kinda feel sorry for them, 'cause they'll never know you the way that I do. Yet today I drove through the suburbs and picture I was driving home to you. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way from now on. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. 'Cause you didn't mean what you wanted to song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I'll travel on Pleasure Street. Red light, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars. Front yard, can't drive past the places we used to go to. 'Cause you know I still love you, babe. Sidewalks, we cross, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing, overload the noise, gotten so blue. No, we true, but you know I still love you, babe. I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way from now on. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. 'Cause we didn't mean what you wanted to song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I travel on Pleasure Street. Yeah, you said forever, now I travel on Pleasure Street. Maybe you don't like talking so much about yourself. You should have told me that you were thinking about someone else. You're drunk at a party, or maybe it's just that your car broke down. Your phone's been off for a couple months, but you're calling me now. I know you like this. When shit don't go your way, you need to fix it. And like me, I did. But I ran out of every reason. Now suddenly you're asking for it. wanted. But I ran out of every reason. Now suddenly you're asking for it back. Could you tell me where'd you get the nerve? Yeah, you can say you miss all that we had, but I don't really care how bad it hurts when you broke me first. You broke me first. What did you think would happen? What did you think would happen? I never let you have it. What did you think would happen? And suddenly you're asking for it back. Could you tell me where you get the nerve? Yeah, you can say you miss all that we had, but I don't really care how bad it hurts. And suddenly you're asking for it back. Could you tell me where you get the nerve? Yeah, you can say you miss all that we had, but I don't really care how bad it hurts when you broke me first. You broke me first. My family always said I was the bad child. Rode me away into the bad part. All my life been putting on a fake smile. Sitting on my own feel like I'm exiled. Feeling like I always do the wrong thing. Telling all the friends that I'm a bad kid. Now I'm on my own and lost my magic. Dealing with your bullshit now I'm over it. You took a part of me, left me with the memories of we were never a family. Now you're standing in front of my door, like none of this happened at all. Guess I'm always gonna be the bad child. I guess I'm always gonna be the mad child. 'Cause you will never understand my weak mind, my weak mind. And every single person here that doubts me, telling me that they can live without me, 'cause they will never understand my weak mind, weak mind. I've never really been the one to reach out, acting like my life was squeaky clean now. Like everything I do is just to let down. Feeling like I always do the wrong thing. Telling all the friends that I'm the bad kid. Now I'm on my own, I lost my magic. Dealing with your bullshit, now I'm over it. You took a part of me, left me with the memories of we were never a family. Now you're standing in front of my door, like none of this happened at all. Guess I'm always gonna be the bad child. I guess I'm always gonna be the mad child. 'Cause you will never understand my weird mind, my weird mind. And every single person here that doubts me, telling me that they can live without me, 'cause they will never understand my weird mind, my weird mind. They say I've lost my mind, they say I'll never find it. I think they're kinda right, in fact they're kinda like it. They say I've lost my mind, they say I'll never find it. I think they're kinda right. Guess I'm always gonna be the bad child. I guess I'm always gonna be the mad child. 'Cause you will never to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. All the memories bring back memories, bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I didn't know no pain. When I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name. Cause I can reach out and call you, but I know I will one day. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah. But everything will be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, yeah. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost. When I felt alone, the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feel like a never, and it's lighting on the dark. Like the rainy stars just for you, that you know I'll never drop. Hey. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah. But everything will be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, yeah. Cheers to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. Memories bring back you. And the memories bring back.
Alright. So hopefully everyone have fun with the group discussion just now. Okay. Hopefully you can finish the 3 questions. Right. Semua dah siap? Okay. Alright, let us check the answer. Okay. This is good, okay, for you to do first, discuss and do first, okay. And then when I show the answer, okay, I will ask those who get the correct answer. Okay, who have questions. Okay, and if you do mistake, don't worry. Okay, no assessment here. Okay, this is learn from mistake, right? So you know which is your mistake and you can improve later. Okay, so like I said that after you get the answer, the use case diagram, you may continue doing your use case description. Okay, either you want to discuss again or individually, and then just submit in your future individually. Okay, make sure by individual you can draw the use case diagram. Okay, because it might appear in your test later on, right? Okay, let's check the answer. Let me share screen now. Okay. Okay, for questions number 1, okay. So everyone know that we have two actors, yeah, 2 actors and 5 use case, right? Okay, let's check the answer if you get a correct answer. The answer is here. So the use case example here, the answer lah. Actually, you don't have to have this one. This is just giving you exercise. So student management system, you have 2 actors, students and teachers, and with 5 function: check attendance, check timetable, check grade, update attendance, and update grades. I hope that everyone get a correct answer. I think number 1 is quite easy. Semua betul tak? Semua group betul? Ada yang salah?
Betul.
Good. Alright. Okay. Because question number 1 should be easier. Question number 2. This diagram represents online shopping system, okay, that has 3 independent functionalities in scope. Complete checkout and view item are 2 included functionality of make purchase. Okay. The primary actor is the customer, and there are 4 supporting actors, which are services like identity providers, service authentications, and external applications like PayPal, credit payment services. Okay, let's look at the answer. Before that, how many actors that we have here?
5.
5, yes, 5. Primary 1, and we have 4, another 4 support actors, right? 5. So how many use case? Anyone? Just guessing how many use case? Not guessing lah, based on your answer. How many use case?
Maybe 3.
3? Are you sure 3? Are you sure 3? 3 independent functionalities. Okay, 2 included. So berapa tu? So let's check the answer. Okay, so this is the answer. Online shopping system. Yes, you have 5 actors. Okay, and you have 3 independent functionality use case. Okay, and actually you have another one here, which is login, because it's included the authentications, right? Identity provider and also authentication services. So you should have a login function first. Okay, either above or the arrangement is okay. You can put which one is the first one. Just the link, the relationship, the association is correct lah. Okay, anyone get the right answer? Any group?
No.
No.
Tak buat login.
Login kan tak ada. So normal lah tu. Saya rasa mesti you miss this one. Okay, so make sure if there is authentications, you should put the lab login lah. Okay, so how to check, right? So must have the login function. Alright, so last question. Question number 3. This diagram represents a system website management system lah, that has 7 functionalities in scope. There are 2 actors, webmaster and the site user. The search doc functionality has two included functionalities, preview doc and download doc. The preview doc include browse doc functionalities. There are two extension point, one for each use case, upload doc and add user. Okay, so how many actors here? Two. Okay, how many functionalities?
Seven.
Seven and two extension point, right? Okay, so let's check the answer. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you have two extension for answer just now. The preview doc and browse doc functionality, two extension point, upload and add users. So the answer will be two actors with 7 plus extend to and extend to here, upload and add user, download and preview doc. Okay, so in this case, in this system, there will be extend relationship. So make sure lah to draw the error for extends is the extend towards the basic use case. What they include, okay, the basics toward the additional the extend use case. Okay. Anyone get correct answer? Don't worry about the system name. Okay, you can put website management system, right? Website only, right? Okay. So this one is just put website use case diagram. So actually, it should be the system name, website management or website only also can. Anyone get correct answer here? The include and extend. I think you might miss this include and extend relationship, right? Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, so this is example, okay, of the questions giving you a scenario, okay, and then a case study or scenario lah. Then you need to draw the use case diagram, and don't forget the use case description is the descriptions for use case. So remember, one use case is you will have one use case description. Then you can continue doing that, okay, and submit. Okay, I will mark and give a score after that. And we have, I think tomorrow, right? The lecture time. Then we have a review on the answer, okay, and also revisions before your test, okay, because I'm afraid that your test is suddenly, okay, after your mid-sem break, because they did mention in week 7, which is fall on after your mid-sem break, okay. So I think that's all, okay, for today. Any questions? Ada soalan tak? Soalan 1, 2, 3, ada further soalan? Nak tanya?
So far, no.
Okay. So sempat tak ambil gambar ni? The answer. Because later on you will continue. Okay, let me review again. Okay, this is answer for question number 1. Okay, saya bagi masa lah. Ambil snap-snap dulu ke, kan? Okay. Okay, and then this is answer question number 2. And last one, answer question number 3. Alright, so make sure you can use star UML or draw.io, okay, to draw the use case. Right? So interesting. I can see that some of you have an active discussion in the breakout session just now. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, online pun boleh buat discussion juga kan. So tak ada masalah online ke offline. Okay. If no questions, no further questions, I think that's all for today. Selamat mengundi. Selamat mid-sem break, happy holiday to everyone. Okay, I see you in week 7 next another 3 weeks, right? Next week. Okay?
Doktor.
Okay.
Kalau saya submit tutorial cerita pakai Draw.io boleh kan?
Boleh. Okay, hantar dalam bentuk image lah kan. Jangan dalam bentuk raw format, okay, image lah supaya saya boleh buka. Okay? Sebab kalau you hantar Draw.io yang you save tu, nanti saya tak ada Draw.io, so saya tak boleh buka. So make sure when you submit the image, okay, submit in JPEG file, okay, or you can paste in a Word, because later on you need to have your use case description, right? So
Yes.
paste in Word document and then export in PDF lah. Easy for me to read the file. Right?
Right, thank you, Doctor.
Alright. Any further questions? Okay, if no, that's all. Thank you. Happy Pilihan Raya Mengundi and also happy holiday.